division, and some prefer that the breakdown in the home might be the main factor. Well, I want us to continue the conversation. What I want to ask today, what I want us to share a little bit about today is how do we move forward? We have the issues. We have identified some of the factors which might contribute to some of the issues that we are facing. But how do we fix the issue? How do we at least start to properly address the issue to where we see meaningful changes in some of the young persons, those who especially who we might deem at risk, or those who have already come into the term that we're using, conflict with the law, who have already had a brush with law enforcement and our courts. How do we engage those that we think are most likely to end up on the negative side of the path? And how do we engage those who are already on that path to hopefully turn them around and get best results for the efforts? I was looking at some of the things that we do already, and from a policing standpoint, we have had the camp that just concluded that we do. We have the National Intervention Program, where we have officers going into the schools and interacting with our young persons. We have our school liaison programs, where we have officers again going into the schools and just being a bridge between the schools and the police, so that we have presence in terms of a teacher or school administrator, the case might be, having issues that there are point persons who they could reach out to. And that's a start. We are still pushing as one of the pillars of the Commissioner, community policing. And that is one aspect. But do we think that these programs are doing what we hope they would do? And if they are, do you think we need more of these kind of programs? And that is not just from the police standpoint. I know the ministry, social services for sure, does similar activities. I think they're having a camp right now as well. But do you think those are making, like we would say colloquially, a dent? Do you think that it is moving the meter any ways forward in the direction that we would like to go? If not, what do you think we need to do as a community and law enforcement? What do we need to do? And I still maintain that we need to do it together. What do we need to do, or what can we do to address the issues? Do we maintain some of these programs that we are doing, or do we need to scrap those and come up with something novel? Do we continue the interventions of officers going into the school and interacting with the young? Do we continue having the camps so that we can engage the youth in sports and other activities to deter them or divert them away from a life of crime or getting involved with the wrong aspect of law enforcement? What part does the community have to play in that role? Should we see more persons in the community stand up and do some of those programs, engaging our youth, dive in sports and arts and those sort of activities aimed towards diverting them away from a life of crime or getting involved with any sort of delinquent behavior. What role do you think education have to play in that? Do you think that we need to start teaching civics and make it mandatory? Do you think we need to do something like that to change the mindset of our young people? Do you think something like that would be beneficial from an educational standpoint? And I'm going to touch something that is often sometimes ticklish issue. Do you think our laws have helped or hurt? Do you think that our laws, as it relates to our youth, and some of the laws that we have amended, have helped or hurt? And if not, what do we need to do in the interim? Do you think we need to revisit some of the amendments we have made as it pertains to our laws, given that we are hoping for better results than we are seeing? Or is it that the laws are fine and the issue is elsewhere? I'll touch one line in particular. Do you think that the cannabis amendment has helped or hurt? The reasoning and justification behind the amendments are fine. I'm not challenging it. And like I have said before, and I continue to reiterate, I don't need to agree with any law in St. Kitts and Nevis. As a citizen, and more so as a police officer, my job is to follow the laws and enforce those that I have purview over. Has nothing to do with my personal belief. So let's think about that, and we take a break, but let's think about those. Do you think that we need to have a deeper thrust from education in terms of making civics and subjects like those mandatory from as early as primary school? Do you think that we need to revisit some of our laws? Do you think that the cannabis amendment has contributed, or is it coincidental, or it doesn't make a difference either way? Do you think that more persons in the community need to be involved and engage our young people in community programs and activities, whether it's to sports or arts or something of that nature? And do you think that we need even greater collaboration between the police and the community as we tackle those? So think about those, and when we come back, and then we can get into the discussion.
The Cable is giving you a chance to win a trip when you pay your bill in full.
Así mismo es. Pasa de las facturas al avión.
From August 1st to 31st, clear your balance and you could win a trip for two to the Dominican Republic. Beaches, breeze, and bill-free bliss.
Del 1 al 31 de agosto, salda tu balance y podrías ganar un viaje para dos a la República Dominicana.
Every full payment, whether online or in-store, is an automatic entry. Don't miss your chance to zero your balance and win. You can go from bills to boarding passes. Pay your bill in-store at The Cable or online at www.thecable.net. The Cable, here with you always.
Y con ustedes también, Comunidad Latina, aquí contigo siempre.
Visit thecable.net or our downtown office for details. Terms and conditions apply.
The specials at Domino's are hot, hot, hot for any occasion. Hot right out of the oven. 1 medium, 2 topping pizza, and 2 20-ounce Cokes, only $35. free Coke with your lunch until 2 p.m. Small, one-topping school child lunch special, only $14. 2 medium, 2-topping pizzas, and a 2-liter soda, only $69. 2 large, 2-topping pizzas, and a 2-liter soda, only $92. Oh, and the big one, baby. Free large pizza every Tuesday with your favorite 2 for Tuesday special. So, come on down or call and order now and experience our tasty oven-baked goodness. Domino's, the home of satisfaction.
For hot and wild, call Domino's. Now.
Welcome back to Policing with You. Again, I'm your host, Inspector Marvin Thompson, and we're continuing the conversation from last episode in terms of our youth and some of the things we can do to address the behavior, the deviant behaviors that we frown upon. As I mentioned, do we think that we need to do more from the education standpoint? Should we mandate civics in the education system as early as primary schools? I was thinking, do you think we need to have parenting as a subject in primary school, in high school, in the college? Should we mandate something like that as part of the solution? Do you think it would make a difference? Do you think we need to amend some of our laws? In particular, do you think the recent amendment to the Drug Act, the Cannabis Amendment, do you think it has helped or hurt? Or do you think it has contributed to any of the behaviors in any way? Or that it has not, or it doesn't matter either way? Do you think we need to do more community-oriented programs from the community standpoint? And do you think we need to continue with those that the police are doing and those that the ministry are doing? Or do you think that we are just marking time and those are not contributing? What do you think? What I want to know is what you think. What do you think we need to do? How do you think we can address? What are some of the things we can do, or you think we can do, to address the behaviors? I want to hear your thoughts, your ideas. Maybe we could go further. Do you think we should legislate, make a law to determine how a person should parent? Put some guidelines in the law that if you don't do as a parent, that would bring you in conflict with the law, to use the term? Or do you think that would be counterproductive? Do you think it would do more harm than good? There are many businesses. Do you think that the businesses should be mandated to contribute more to programs like that? Do you think there should be a special tax towards developing programs, collected towards developing programs to assist our young people and make sure they're on the straight and narrow? And do you think something like that should be levied against businesses so that we have things like an environmental levy? Suppose we have a youth development levy, and that businesses or persons will contribute a particular percentage. Would you, as a citizen of St. Kitts and Nevis, be willing to contribute 1% of your salary towards youth development? Some sometimes we say a lot of things, but we don't do a lot. To use the colloquial term, would you be willing to put your money where your mouth is? And further, do you think that we should? There are a lot of festivals that are we insurgents of the festival, the community festivals, which is not a bad thing. We need to cultivate community spirit, and I think if we have community spirit, some of the issues that we face with this division and the so-called gang wars and territorial behavior could be minimized if there is more community spirit. But at the same time, we might say that if you have community spirit in one area, it might be a double-edged sword, because I might only be concerned about my community, and then it might be my community against your community. But can we find a way where we compete, but compete in a spirit of gamesmanship, so that we have community spirit, yes, but we get along with the other communities, and together we work together to see who can bring out the best in our community, and it serves not as a division but as a means of motivation. We have an
Before you continue, we have a call coming in.
okay, go ahead. I'll take the call. Hello, good morning. Welcome to Policing with you.
Good morning, a pleasant Tuesday morning to you and
morning.
GQD in the studio.
Thank you. Good morning to you.
I have listened. I really didn't get the beginning of it because I was out of the office.
Okay.
But you spoke about what we can do about laws. I think we need to go back to the books and re-examine some of the laws. For instance, last week we spoke about the consensual age of sex and the consensual age of becoming a grown adult in order to vote. I think they need to go back to the books and re-examine that. That is one of the problems that we're having that is causing a lot of problems where, like I said last week, my daughter is okay to have sex at the age of 16, but she still lives in my house. And when I say the consequences becomes mine now, I have to look after her and the child because the man is gone and there's nobody at her side. Plus, she has not finished her schooling. And all that becomes a problem with her process of processing her life going forward. So we need to re-examine the books on that. Sorry about that. About, I am rich enough to donate towards the causes, okay?
Not even
So I do like the concept of where you're going, but I think what we have to do is reach out to those in the public who can afford it. Big companies, they don't have to be an extremely a large amount, but if everybody comes together, those big businesses that could afford it, who could come together and donate maybe a $50 or whatever. The old people say one full up dung basket. Okay?
Yes.
So if you can get there on board, those who can really contribute something. Because with the smaller one and the poor ones, I mean, I like the ideas where you're going with this, but we don't have it to say to contribute towards that cause. It's a good cause. It helps the younger generation going forward. Also, I'm going to say this and somebody's going to say, whoa. When it comes to the younger children, the underage children, breaking the laws, you're having a lot of problems or conflict with children underage, doing things that they're not supposed to do, get involved in things. You got juvenile detention and that. Lock up some of the parents for me, please. until you start to bring back the laws. Or when we were small, people keep talking about this. I couldn't go to the movies during the week when I was a teenager. I had to go to matinees on Sunday. We couldn't be seen in a movie hall in the night because we'd be taken to the police station, where our parents then will have to come for us. Some of these parents need to be held accountable for the things that we keep preaching as a nation and nobody's paying attention to. They need to be held accountable. Your young children get involved in certain things. We keep asking you to talk to your children, to help them to avoid, to make them to understand. Breaking the laws has consequences, and you seem to think that it's okay for everybody to come on the air and try to educate you and try to preach to you that your children can do something to maintain themselves, to become better humans in the society, and you sit back with your arms folded and you think it's okay. So what? No. So maybe we need to put back something on that on the books and lock up the parents. When you're behind bars, then you would understand what it's like. You don't want your name to be slandered. You don't want people to go out there pointing at you and say, you had to lock up, you know what I mean? You don't want that. So in order for them to get down on the kids or the children, in order to make them understand the full penalty of the laws, because these children go into juvenile stages and they come out and then they go to bigger jail because nothing has changed, because the parents just sit back with their arms folded and just let everything run. Parents need to start taking full responsibility of their children. And some of us as grandparents have to also play a part in it. I know as a grandparent there's not much that grandparents can do, because at the end of the day the parents have the full handle of everything. But maybe, just maybe, if you sit a child down and you speak to them and you make them understand what going astray means, what could happen to their future, and what consequences could come out of doing things that are not right, maybe, just maybe, we'll hit 1 or 2% of it. We need to be more proactive. We need to get involved. I'm telling you. It is sad. I really don't like the way my country is going, because I love seeing kids. But I think that the parents, things begin at home. The parents, you cannot be having being a relationship and having a violent relationship in front of your children. It then entitles them to think that women are supposed to be abused or men are supposed to be abused. We have to try to turn our lives around. We have to face the facts. The future generation relies on what we do, what in the present, what we do now as parents, as guardians. This is what determines what happens to them in their future, how they see their future, how they go about their future. Thank you very much. Can somebody else want to call in? Thank you very much. Do have a pleasant day and continue.
Thank you.
Do continue. Try to force it home. Make people understand that this is the only way we are going to have that society that we're so looking of. That generation that we're looking forward to for the future. Thank you very much. Do have a pleasant day.
And you too. Thank you for calling.
We have another call. We lost that call.
Okay, a colleague of mine reached out via text and she said, good morning, we already pay a social service levy and some of it can be used towards youth development. She also mentioned that community festivals can't just be jump up and that we need to do some education and some awareness, some community engagement in terms of projects that can benefit community members. That is a solid point.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Program, but some almost policemen, they work in the too. I go in a panel with the young girls, them too. So some of you don't do wrong things too. So, big guide the children them. And the read me in a like that there, how they give them small children a smoke to read them too. They can have a good day.
All right, thank you for calling, caller. Good morning, caller. Welcome to Policing with you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Yes, good morning, sir. Yes, good morning. Good morning.
We'll forego that phone call. I'm not sure why, right? However, though, to let the public know, I was told we will be working on all phone lines to get that sorted out in due time. And I'm suspecting that is what's happening with that caller. Because last week was the same thing.
Yes.
You tried to let him know that you can hear him, but
Wasn't hearing.
he wasn't hearing you. So no calls at the moment, but you can respond to the callers who just called in.
Okay. So yes, I agree with the caller. In some respects, as parents, we need to do more. But some might argue that what I go up with, the society I go up in, has changed. Things have changed, and that what I was not allowed to do then, because of the society and the upbringing, the culture back then, and it was okay. Today, it is not. I could to give a personal story, and which was. I'll take the calls then. Okay. Good morning, caller. Welcome to Policing with you. Go ahead.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Officer, I heard you mention something about contributing to, I don't know if you said 1%.
Yes,
but
I
to
use the figure, yes.
to programs assisting the youths.
Yes.
Whereas I like the idea and I don't mind assisting, but at the same time, we have something they call social services levy.
Yes, sir.
And I remember some time ago, it was known as housing levy. And the powers that be were manipulating it however they feel, because according to them, certain people did not deserve a house. So maybe they change it now and they call it social services levy. But then, now that you're suggesting this, then they have to look totally differently to how they're going to manage it towards the youth, because there are so many areas there that are affecting the youth that I don't know how we're going to deal with it. But I thank you for the idea and continue to work hard, and thanks very much for the program. Have a great day.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you for calling. Go ahead, caller. Welcome to Policing with you.
Hello, Sergeant Thompson.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
I'm calling from the United States of New York.
Yes, sir.
When I was going back home, we used to have corporal punishment for good men.
Yes, sir.
And we didn't have a juvenile problem because everybody was scared that they're going to get a little veto on the station. And we didn't have no delinquency like they have now. Maybe they need to bring back corporal punishment. When kids on age, they get them lashes. And they know that they're not going to be penalized for what they do, so they don't care. Because when I was young, I was terrified. And I'm 78 years old, I don't have no criminal record.
Yes, sir.
When I was home, that's how they kept us in line. You couldn't see, I could behave. So they need to bring back corporal punishment. So they give the kids lashes on the station. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you for calling, sir. Thank you for the contribution. Go ahead, caller. Welcome to Policing with you.
Blessed good morning to you all.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Okay. I heard that in the police that was saying something there. Saying they were drying up and stuff. Because well, other parents, you still don't do something, and parents could have disciplined them.
Yes,
You know?
Yes.
And they did not go home and tell the mother. Well, they ain't going to tell the mother what they do after, because, you know, from the time they reach up, we didn't have any phone like that. The message does reach home, however he get home, and we reach in the house, you pass the street, and so on to pass the road,
Yes, sir.
good to say good morning, what he do to you. And you business, you're getting some more licks. But it has changed now. You cannot knock people children like how it is nowadays. You go to school, Children are Firestone after teachers and mothers are going maxes and all of anything. One thing she did for your mother, she could come because she might get in there too because she back bad. They go in and they're going to tell the teacher that this and they tell the teacher them that because some children feel like they tall up and they're bigger than the teacher, but they can't teach themselves. They can't teach themselves at home. And my good lady there, my good persecutor, they will call him first. Morning to you, and morning to Karen, and all the other listeners. What you said, I second the motion with that because one thing hurt me in sync is what happened a couple weeks ago. Is that 15 years girls so they couldn't afford. When they're going to say they lack of godfathers, where is the mother? What happened to the mother? How we go with the mother? I mean, people may say, well, how they said that, but as a mother with children, it got to me, I must say we're dead or remember about it. Where is the mother, godfather, lack of or whatever? What happened? The mother got any question? She answered any question? When things happen, and Jimmy Sinclair, whoever, you have more question than answer. I was on the beach over there, and when people carry the children them out, they're not looking for them. A little boy over on the pier, and the pier was all the way over by Chickadee Shack on the other end. So man and Judy in the water there, we wonder who the little boy because he don't set up to go dive down in the water. And little children could drown right there at the shore. They say they could swim, but then the water give them 2 double over. They drown right there. He made better swim by the shore. We could drown right there. That's why you don't want to do because when the water tumble over. That is never mind a little child and we wonder where is the mother for that child all the way over here? You got to go all the way over there. So they must parents need to take more responsibility of their children and what's going on, and then things would be better. Things would be there's no a village rearing children, and so you can't do that to people. Children nowadays, the children them gonna abuse you and steal you. I mean, they don't. The mother gonna come and they're gonna give you the share whatever the child left or whatever. So things really change right now with rearing children and whatever. So policeman cannot do nothing. I know you had a police officer in the village. He was attached to the St. Johnson, to the Dr. Connor school. And he could have met a child from the village anywhere in the night. And he could have take off his belt and beat them and go on. The mother ain't going to send it to him. Because he used to look after any child you see on the road, he could have tell you, what are you doing here? Go home. And they're gone. You know, and that is something we need back again, you know. Got respect for police if they go there and take your people and other children. So what you are doing, I respect you all. What you all doing, police, you all can do more than you share. But the parents, especially the mothers, they got a big role to play in their children's life and the children growing up. Thank you all very much. You all keep up your good work. Keep you, Lulu. Love you. Bye.
Bye, Lulu.
All right, thank you for calling. There we go again, and keeps coming back to the home and the parenting. So I might want to ask for some persons who may not have had the background, the support, the family support, but now are parents and maybe doing the best they can. Not making an excuse, but I want to be objective and say that sometimes persons are doing the best they can, even if the best they can may not be producing the best results. How can we assist those who might find themselves in a situation like that? Good morning, Carla.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
I would like to weigh in on that situation. Long time ago, when I was sick, you know, if you are caught on the street as a child and somebody big meets you, you know, you rather the person on the street deal with you than your parents deal with you, because you know your parents deal with you if you had moment and you get in. So you rather the person do a little cup and you run home than they go home and tell your parents. But you know, grandparents are getting younger and younger, as you can see. Grandparents, when they don't even want to be called grandmother more, you got to call them grandma. Thank you, grandma. And
You can't meet the body child and do it and correct them because the parents them coming after you. The children them cussing you, the parents them cussing you. So now you're afraid to do anything because you tell the mother about the child and she tell you, oh, I'm going to tell you to watch my child. Nobody watch my child. And in a situation like this, I would like to be supporting a program. The child is in it and I supporting the program. And I can't be the child and do it and discipline the child. And sometimes not all the time we could blame the parents because sometimes children come from good homes because most children don't let the parents them know the things that they do. That's why when I was raising children, my home used to be a hub. Everybody child come by my house because when they think I'm in the kitchen cooking, I listen to the conversation. I know when the children are going to sleep over, no, nothing like that. Any sleepover is going to be by my house. We are doing a good thing, but it needs everybody in the society. And we got to go back to the society and don't know when again. Then you could correct somebody child because nobody want nobody correct. Don't talk to me, child, sir. I don't know when we get back. And the TV and everybody try got the most expensive phone. Parents just put the training on the TV and they get the ties and everything. I don't know. I think the church got to step up. I really don't know. Children got to go back to Sunday school. We need a divine intervention, darlings. But we are doing a good program and I know you all trying, but it need everybody got to come together. It ain't just the police, it ain't just the parents, it ain't just the teachers. We need a divine intervention. But you all keep on doing what you're doing and you all have a blessed day.
All right, thank you for calling, caller. Go ahead, caller. Welcome to Policing with you.
Good morning to Policing with you. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Now, Swallow Singers Calypso, we are responsible for these children. We bring them here so we got to care them. You understand?
Yes, sir.
And I believe that these parents, with these delinquent children, who grow up and raise them, I believe the law should take more caution with them. Because some of these children in the house, 13, 14 years, and the parents can't talk to them. If we should answer the parents them. So these things start them in the home. The parents them is fault for some of these children coming up, how they coming and doing what they're doing. Sarge, I witness for myself, even to the grandparents them. They don't, when you tell the children anything, the children them doing anything wrong, and you talk to them, they're telling you, why you don't let the children, why you don't let the boy alone, why you don't let it alone. I had a set here in an abandoned house down here in Boys. You hear me? And right now, me and all of them are friends. Me and them are friends because I bring police, I bring my neighbor Dexter here, Jacob, I bring him here, and I show them I came in there, and I talk to them, and right now, me and all of them, me and these guys are friends. You understand? We got to go out and talk to the young people them too. Especially our young girls involved with them. And this is not a smoking. And they want to take a child start to smoke when he's 12 years. And parents not a child to smoke. Man, this is not the situation where we are in this country now. The laws got to set down from these parents who got the children them and they bring them up the right way. And when they got involved in trouble and all these things, they still go out and defend them in all kind of way. Pay big money to get them out of what they're into, and then they into bad things. And they want to get them up to the police or report them to the police for doing what they're doing. You understand? If the laws don't step down that, I believe that we're going to get an ignorant and a bad society with our young men and women coming up. And some of these young girls joining them too. All right, you have a wonderful day. May God bless this generation of Think It Means.
All right, thank you, caller. Okay, just go ahead, caller. Welcome to Policing with you.
Hi, good morning, wonderful program.
Good morning, thank you.
Children, I'm the Bible got a full finish. Children need to go back in Sunday school and need to go back to church. I mean, let me check the villages. Some villages having so many churches. Look at Kayan have about 10 churches. And how many children go to Sunday school? How many children go to church? And these parents that have the children that are giving problems, are we supposed to go to them and try to help them, or should they
try and get out. Because sometimes you try to reach out to people and they think that you're trying to get all up in the business. They give you all kind of words, they give you all kind of attitudes and all sorts of things. And children, monkey see, monkey do. A lot of these children, they live what they see at home, you know. And this is very sad. And we can produce wonderful children. We have a lot of talent. We have a lot of good things that the children can do. So we need to all a society approach. Everybody needs to try to get hands on deck. You know, the schools, the Sunday schools, the churches, you know, neighbors. But it's still a funny thing because, as I say, you try to tell somebody, I see a child, I see your daughter doing this, you know. You know, as a good neighbor, but they get back to you when they get what your child are. You're old. They try to tell you how old you be. And, you know, it's a lot of problems, and we just got to look to God. Only God can help us right now. Only God can help us. Have a wonderful day. Wonderful program, and I know you guys are trying to see what the best you can do. And as good citizens, don't watch anybody. Let us not try to watch this neighbor and watch the person. Let us see what we can do to help each other. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Colin.
God bless.
I think I would end on that note and wrap up.
Before you do though, someone is either typing a message or... Oh, okay, they sent the message.
Okay.
The question is, what age is a child considered a juvenile?
Well, we don't so use the word juvenile anymore, but anybody under the age of 18.
Okay.
A child is anyone under the age of 18. And a juvenile is who we used to refer to in this act now as a child in conflict. So the juvenile is the child that gets in trouble with the law. The child in conflict is the child that gets in an issue with the law. And that is anyone under the age of 18.
Okay.
So it would be the same thing.
Okay.
Anyone under the age of 18.
Okay. All right. All right. Over to you.
Yes, I like what the last caller said, and I think it's a good note to end on for today. All society approach. While I or us as police officers and from the police force have a part to play, a large part of our role is enforcing, and a large portion of the time we get in contact with you after something has happened. What we're trying to do is change the dynamics. That is why we have the community policing programming that we're doing in terms of reaching out to the children before something happens, engaging the schools and some of the parents to the camp or other initiatives so that we have the beginning or a relationship before something happens where you need the police to enforce a law. And that is what I think we need from the police and the community, all branches of the community. Like the caller said, we need to work together. Yes, we will have differences of opinions, but I don't think any of us want to continue seeing our children or young people losing their lives in incidents of crime, whether perpetrated by or on them. I don't think any of us in any sphere of society wants to see that. I think all of us wants the best for our young people, whether we know how to go about that or not. I think all of us wants the best for our young people. And if all of us want the best for our young people, then all of us need to come to the table and work together to get the best for our young people. If we work together and we bring the ideas, we share our ideas, we share our resources, we share our thoughts, and we work together, I think we can make a meaningful difference. But it has to be an all-society approach if we're going to get best results. Again, the show says policing with you because we as a police force understand that we cannot do it alone. While we spearhead the charge, it is mostly enforcement, detecting, but in terms of preventing, and what we would prefer is the preventing of the crimes, we need all of the society to get involved, and we need to work together. So I'd like us to just think about that today. How can we, as a society, how can I, as an individual, contribute to the betterment of St. Kitts and Nevis in assisting our youths? Think about that while you go through the day. I would hope to see you for another program, Policing with You, next week, God's spare, and just have a blessed day. Thank you for joining me.
Tell me what you think about Marcus.